What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going through ranking our top quarterbacks in college football 25 Ultimate Team on a tier list from S tier all the way down to F tier. Now, a lot of these quarterbacks I maybe haven't used, but again, given, their stats, I should be able to give you guys an accurate representation on where they do exactly belong. Also, guys, this tier list goes from top to bottom, so I'll probably do one at the top, one at the bottom, and then me in the middle. Let's start it off with Hines Ward. I really like Hines Ward a lot on this game. The problem with Hines Ward is a couple of things. Number one, he doesn't throw a tight spiral. Number two, he fumbles too much. If you watch my Hines Ward gameplay, guys, he fumbled in the gameplay. I mean, it drives me crazy. A guy that should not fumble does fumble, and yeah, that's really all I've got to say on Hines Ward. The card is fine, but again, just fumbles a little bit too much for my liking. Joe Burrow stinks. F tier. Not a whole lot to say. He's going to throw the football well, but that's about it. Brady Cook, S tier. Maybe I think your best pocket passer in the entire game. Now, I like quarterbacks that can run a little bit more than Brady Cook. But again, if you're looking for a pure pocket passer, I do think Brady Cook probably is your best quarterback right now in the game. Braxton Miller up next. I'm going to go D tier with Braxton Miller. At this stage, again, the speed is only an 89. For his time was really good. Obviously, now a little bit outdated. He's still a really good card. I just don't think he quite is C tier, B tier. I think D tier with the way he throws the football, which isn't great, is where Braxton Miller ultimately does belong. Ethan Vasco up next. I don't like this card a whole ton. I'm going to go B tier. He does get all the new abilities, though. So, like the silver dot, Vasco does get. Those types of things can help the card out, but B tier overall is where Vasco does belong. Max Brosmer up next. He's not good. I mean, I'm going to go F tier. I'm going to go D tier with Brosmer. Look, he throws the ball well, but he's got maybe the lowest speed rating on this entire list. I'm not gassing a quarterback that has 20 speed. It's just not happening. I'm sorry. I can't gas a card with that low speed. Kyler Murray up next. Doesn't throw a tight spiral. However, his speed is absolutely elite. He throws the ball decently well. He is undersized, though. So, I played a guy the other day that he would step up in the pocket a ton, but Kyler Murray would just throw it off his offensive lineman. It was just kind of a weird situation. Kyler Murray's not horrible. I do think S tier is probably where he does ultimately belong, though. Next up, we do see Diego Pavia. D tier. I don't love the card. He doesn't throw the ball that well. He's a D tier card. Tom Brady, I'm going to go B tier as well. I don't like Tom Brady very much at all. Some people might think Tom Brady deserves to go higher. However, I do think B tier is the right spot for Tom Brady on this game. Card that's okay, not great. Next up, Jameis Winston. I'm going to go B tier with Jameis Winston. You guys don't have to agree with me, but I still think Jameis Winston is your best budget quarterback on the game. He throws the ball incredibly well. Really good pocket passer. I'm going B tier with famous Jameis. Mike Vick up next. I'm going to go A tier. Look, lefty quarterbacks are so weird on this game. Mike Vick does a lot of things great on the field. It's just lefty quarterbacks are so weird. I don't mind Michael Vick, though. Could throw him into S tier. Jackson Dart, I'm also going to go A tier with. You could argue S tier again with Jackson Dart. I think he is a very solid quarterback. I just think these guys at S tier give you slightly more. We'll go to at the bottom now. Jalen Milroe. I think I got to go C tier. He throws the football not very well at all. Shedeur Sanders. I'm going to go. Hard part is, I got to go C tier with Shedeur, I guess. Look, I think Milroe is better than Shedeur, though, because at least he gives you a really fast quarterback. I think it's tough, though. I think it's tough. I'm going to leave them both at C tier. Although, I don't really know if I like them both at C tier. Quinn Ewers, A tier. Really not a whole bunch to say here. He's going to throw the football really, really well. But outside of that, running the football is okay. I do think he's pretty similar to a guy like Jackson Dart at that A tier. Blake Shapen, not bad. C tier. Runs the football decently well. Throws it okay. C tier. Baker plays above his stats. That's the first thing I want to say for Baker. His stats aren't that impressive. Pretty similar to Tom Brady. Plays above the stats. I'm going to go A tier with him. I do think he is in that A tier of quarterbacks, better than a guy like Jameis Winston. However, the card's not perfect. 91 Baker. I'm going to go F tier. The card doesn't look very good, and he's not good at all. Sam Levitt is a stud on this game. I'm going to go A tier for Sam Levitt. I know a lot of people who probably don't want to gas Sam Levitt, but he throws a tight spiral. His throw accuracy stat is good. As far as an overall card, doesn't get much better than Sam Levitt. Again, as far as throwing the football primarily, that's where Sam Levitt's going to be at his best. Now, yes, not necessarily the quickest quarterback, but he's got 91 speed. So although he's not as fast as Kyler Murray, Hines Ward, I do think he throws the ball better. S tier, I think, is where he belongs. Trevor Lawrence, C tier, doesn't throw a tight spiral, not very great. Braden Locke, love him. B tier probably is where he belongs, though. Cam Ward, C tier, solid enough, but not great. Davis Warren, B tier, I think is where he belongs. Davis Warren isn't bad, but I do think I'd prefer Baker over the card. Lenoris Sellers, C tier, another solid quarterback. Like, C tier is a lot of the quarterbacks that used to, a month or two ago, be some of the top quarterbacks in the game. Obviously, things have changed over the course of the last month or so. But again, you can use these cards and still have success with them. I'm not saying they're horrible. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying we have got better options at this stage. Shoelace, Denard Robinson, gonna be one of your faster quarterbacks on this list, which makes things really difficult because Denard is super fast. I actually don't hate the card. He just doesn't throw the ball very well. I do think, I don't know. I'm going to put him at B tier, although you could argue higher. Carson Beck, F tier. The card stinks. Troy Smith. See, here's where things get interesting, because if you run the spread chemistry, I actually like Troy Smith quite a bit. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to leave him at B tier, and honestly, I'm going to move Baker down to B tier. I think if I move Baker to B tier, I like this a little bit more. People are going to not like that I have Jameis in B tier, but guess what? I don't care. I love Jameis Winston. Tyler Huff's not very good, D tier. Not good whatsoever. General Booty, A tier. I will say that I like General Booty as far as an overall card is more than the rest of the cards at B tier. A lot of people might not necessarily love that, but that's just the truth with the tier list. This 92 quarterback Woolridge, I don't even know. Like, I genuinely don't know. I'm going to throw him at D tier. Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel. Again, if you run the spread chemistry, I like Johnny Football quite a bit. To me, he's one of your top quarterbacks at B tier. I'm putting him, no. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm putting Johnny Football at A tier. I think he's better than these cards at B tier. If you look at his speed, you look at the carrying, you look at the fact that he's not going to fumble, I think he is deserving of being an A tier quarterback. I do. Sorry, not sorry. Cam Newton, S tier. I think still to this day, if you run the football a lot with your quarterback, he's the best running quarterback in the game. Not going to fumble. Going to be a really solid overall quarterback. 92 Baker. I'll go D tier. Don't love him. RG3 is a weird quarterback. I'm going to go B tier. He doesn't throw the football well. He throws ducks. He is decently fast. He throws the ball. You know, his throwing stats actually aren't that bad, but he does not throw a tight spiral, which hurts the card. Kevin Jennings, I don't love. I know he's decently fast. I don't love him. Low end of B tier probably for Jennings. I don't love the card. Cade Klubnik, B tier as well. I know I got a lot of quarterbacks at that B tier, but honestly, I think they all deserve to be at B tier. Like when I'm looking at these quarterbacks, I think they all deserve to be at B tier. Obviously, S tier is the elite of the elite. A tier is that next tier. Those are some of your top 10 quarterbacks in the game. B tier, if you're using a quarterback at B tier, you're fine. Some of them I wouldn't necessarily really recommend. Like I think Vasco is going to be a little overpriced. However, he does get the new season 2 ability. So it just comes down to what you are personally looking for out of a quarterback. But let me know your thoughts on my tier list down below in the comments. Is it a perfect tier list? Is it the best tier list you've ever seen? Let me know. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.